Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's fourth video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 14 days. For today's fourth video, day 10 will take us to the 5th of March, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the GFS and ECM ensembles. Maybe around a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. Gets us into the second half of March. I should get on that for you in a moment. Just say that the first video set was our 6 AM UK weather forecast. We've also released the GavsWeatherVids spring forecast for 2025, and also GavsWeatherVids sunny roundup for February as well. So check out those 3 big videos today. Check those out and like, share, subscribe if you enjoy the content. Thanks so much everyone for doing that. We're doing this as a video upload rather than a live stream. By the way, this week again I've got really sore eyes and I've got to put some steroids in and sort of get offline and settle down the latest flare-up. So instead of live streaming for 10-14 days, I thought we'd do it as a video upload again this week. Next scheduled live stream is going to be on Wednesday. Hope you're having a lovely sunny everybody. Right, okay, we're going to start off with the latest wind blow map from earthnorthschool.net. So low pressure is dominating the weather in the North Atlantic with an active weather system sweeping eastwards through the country, bringing heavy rain and strong winds. And then following that is going to be showering conditions for the next couple of days. So low pressure well and truly in control and in the ascendancy now. Central temperature is currently sitting at 4.8. That's 1 degree above the 61 to 90 average. It's provisional to yesterday to the 22nd of February. That's probably going to tick up a little bit more over the next few days. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. Looking at London today. Red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for London. Going off above average with the upper air temperature at the moment, very mild with this area of low pressure. We're going to see the upper air temperature coming down in the next few days. It's going to be turning cooler. And then upper air temperatures lift up again as we go through from the first week into the second week of March, becoming milder. But that does hide a lot of scatter. So we've got milder ensemble members up here, got colder ensemble members down there. So a bit of uncertainty through the first week into the second week of March. But overall trend looks to be an upwards one there with the upper air temperatures, at least for a while through the first week of March. Precipitation-wise, we see plenty of rainfall spikes from start to finish. The wettest period could actually be over the next day or two. Next few days with areas of low pressure coming in from the Atlantic, perhaps a bit drier into the opening days of March, but maybe turning more unsettled again from the first week into the second week of March. Temperature anomalies for the next 5 days are coming out a little bit above average, and in the 6 to 10 day time frame, again, we're slightly above average, but not a particularly big deviation. 10 to 14 day temperature anomalies also come out ever so slightly above average. So it looks like it's going to be a relatively mild-ish sort of couple of weeks to come, but not particularly excessive. And precipitation anomalies for the next 7 days. West than average for the west and south, a little bit drier than average in the north and east. If you look at the 4 to 10 day precipitation anomaly, then the trend is towards a drier one. Right, let's start going through the chart data then. This is our latest UK Met Euro run is looking for midnight on Wednesday. Low pressure heading in from off the Atlantic, bringing more wet weather through the middle part of the week. And then find a ridge building over to the east of the country at the end of the week and into next weekend. So turning drier, and that probably brings some reasonably pleasant weather by day, but could be a little bit chilly by night. Icon again looking rather showery with that westerly flow through the middle part of the week, and then high pressure building over and to the east of the country at the end of the week and into the weekend. So a large area of high pressure bringing plenty of dry conditions, but we're back to wetter weather into the north and the west when we get through to the end of next weekend. So that gets us to next Sunday, midday next Sunday. Back to wet and windy weather then, with low pressure deepening around Iceland again. KMA, again, sort of showery, could be quite wet around middle part of the week, but certainly showering through the middle part of the week. And then higher pressure trying to build over to the east country at the end of the week. Not really doing so successfully though, and low pressure overall remains in control with the KMA. So KMA sticking to its guns on a very unsettled first week to March, with plenty more rain to come off the Atlantic if that is right. The GFS midnight run, again, looking rather showery through the middle part of the week. Then high pressure takes over across the country into the east of the country at the end of the week. Very briefly, though, we're back into those flat westerlies again when we get through to the beginning of the following week. That's Monday, the 3rd of March. And then heading on up to day 10. Again, low pressure is to the north, high pressure to the south, and we're bringing in a west or northwesterly flow. We stay flat as a pancake, really, from the first week into the second week of March, with further showery conditions, possibly hints of something a little bit colder trying to set up here in the very extended range. Maybe a bit of a hint of a Scandinavian high again by the 11th of March at the northeasterly wind. That's a long way off, though. But GFS 6 there, again, flat as a pancake, really, through the middle part of the week, looking rather showery. Then high pressure starts ridging in at the end of the week and into the weekend. High pressure is then to the south, low pressure to the north by next Sunday. And then beyond that, we keep the wind in from the west up to day 10 with high pressure south, low pressure to the north. It starts to turn more showering, possibly a bit colder into the northern half of the country there around day 10. After that, going to extended range, we find the high pressure pulling out into the Atlantic. The wind switch round to a colder northerly or possibly even northeasterly. And that's sort of as we get to the end of GFS 6 there. Definitely setting up a colder pattern there with winds in from the north to the northeast as we go into the second week of March. If you enjoyed the video, please do like, share and subscribe. Thanks so much to everyone for doing that. Why not drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. Don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe to you. Thanks so much everyone for doing that. Thanks so much everyone. Right, GM again, high pressure south, low pressure north, flat pancake on Wednesday with those westerly winds into the end of the week. A ridge builds over and to the east of the country. Again, should bring relatively pleasant weather by day with some sunny spells, but it could be a little bit on the chilly or cold side by night. Heading up towards day 10, we find the high pressure moving over towards western Russia. So it's trying to bring in an easterly. We're trying to set up a Scandinavian / Russian high here. But still quite a bit of energy in the Atlantic. So keeping those easterly winds at bay with these areas of low pressure in the Atlantic. But it's not that far off there from setting up a easterly pattern. And then the ECM looks like that. Again, on Wednesday, we've got high pressure south, low pressure to the north, bringing in a westerly flow with showery conditions through Wednesday. And then into the last stages of week and next weekend, higher pressure trying to build to the south of the east, but plenty of low pressure out to the north and the west up to day 10. Beyond day 10, we start bringing up a southwesterly wind, so looking very mild there. Low pressure keeps on coming from off the Atlantic and stays rather unsettled, particularly to the north and the west. But south and the east would be a little bit drier, though, I think. So, sorry everyone, this is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run, precipitation.com. So, plenty of showery conditions to come over the next few days. Wet, windy today, of course, and then we're into showery weather through the rest of the week. Another spell of rain possible, particularly in the south, around the middle part of next week. And we go beyond that into the weekend and the start of March. We start turning things drier in the south, but still some wet weather out to the north and west there. We get to day 10. And we've got most of the rain out in the Atlantic to far west Scotland. So it is a dry trend probably for a while anyway, for a few days, around days 7 to 10, I think. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office. Gets us to the 5th of March, 16 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure south, low pressure to the north, and we're bringing in a westerly flow. We've got 15 with low pressure looking deeper and stronger in the Atlantic, so that's more unsettled. This option is drier for the south, but wetter for the north. But this option is wet in all areas, really. 12, again, bringing low pressure in from off the Atlantic. That's looking very unsettled. And then a minority option, 8, trying to build up a Scandinavian high and get the wind back around into the east again. We don't want to go there again, I don't think. But 8 members of the ECM ensembles are doing that. And then in 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. Gets us to the 10th of March. So 14 members of the ECM ensembles, lots of low pressure in the North Atlantic, high pressure to our south and east, and so that's going to be mostly settled and quite mild, but for the south, wetter in the north. We've got 13 with low pressure to the north of Scotland. That's bringing in like a west-northwesterly flow. That looks quite unsettled and a bit cool. We've got another 13 with low pressure in off the Atlantic. That looks unsettled. We've got 7 with low pressure right over top of the country, and then we've got 4 with high pressure up towards Scandinavia, and that brings the wind in from the east. So there's a very small minority option within the ECM ensembles to build up a Scandinavian high and turn things colder from the east through the first week into the second week of March. But to be honest, most of the ECM ensemble clusters look to be relatively mild and unsettled here. CFS V2, these are 500 millibar high tonics, breaking down into week periods. The first week period takes us from the 23rd of February to the 1st of March. So the next week with low pressure out to the northwest, high pressure to our northeast, and winds are coming in from a southerly type direction. So mostly dry and should be quite mild, really, if that's right. I think it could be more showery than that indicates, but there we go. That's what CFS continues to show. Week 2 is the second to the 8th of March. Low pressure again in from off the Atlantic, so looking quite unsettled. High pressures up towards Scandinavia. A bit of a battle going on in week 2. Week 3 is going to be the 9th to the 15th of March. Low pressure again dominating from the Atlantic. That looks unsettled with spells of rain. And then week 4, it's the 16th to 22nd of March. High pressure starts to build towards Scandinavia, and winds turn into potentially a cooler or a colder easterly. So lots of week-by-week variation there. Finally, just finishing with the Strat. So latest temperature forecast for 10 HPA over the Arctic and the North Pole for the GFS 6Z run. Looking like this. By the 3rd of March, we've got a displacement with blue colours pushed out into Northern Europe and the North Atlantic. Displacement of the stratospheric polar vortex, green colours from Russia round into the pole, and that warming intensifies over Russia as we go through the first week of March. So again, GFS sticking to its guns with this idea of a sudden stratospheric warming event. Looks like it's about to split the vortex as well by the end there. Gets us to the 11th of March. Looks like that is a major sudden stratospheric warming event with a reversal of zone winds at 10 HPA, 60 degrees north, therefore a technical SSW, and probably with a split type event as well. So another interesting GFS run from a Strat perspective. Again, that's in unreliable time frame, so might not verify, but GFS being very consistent with that at the moment, and we shall keep you updated through the course of the coming week. Okay, we're done. If you've enjoyed the video, please do like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to everyone board doing that. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. Don't forget to tell friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe to. Thank you to everyone for doing that. Tomorrow we're going to have a 6 AM broadcast, and we'll have a 10 to 14 day again as well. Next scheduled live stream is Wednesday, so hopefully my eyes will be settled down by then, and we'll be able to go live on Wednesday evening. You enjoy the rest of your Sunday, though, and for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.